So today in the lab, we got an opportunity to catch up with a multifaceted, creative, and entrepreneur straight out of Dallas, Texas, brother by the name of Mr. Derrick Walker. He also goes by D Walk.
Legacy isn't only money and material things. What information are you passing to your next of kin? What health habits do you recommend? What about the methods and ways of navigating the system you don't trust but were able to work through? Leaving assets with no guidance is irresponsible. Legacy leaves clues. We don't expect you to have all the answers, but just know your insight might illuminate what's next to choose. The providing vision is provision. That's what living ancestors do. Make a way from nothing so our children have something. To be honest, you leave a legacy whether you want to or not. Each one of your decisions today has an impact on your estate, particularly your state of mind. The way you choose to live today is the legacy you leave when you die, which is the legacy that will be alive. We don't get to choose our families, someone chooses them for us. So how do we get better tomorrow? It's by what we choose today. Some of our living ancestors are leaving a legacy of hurt, harm, and danger with no relationship to the person who made them. Some of us will inherit a legacy of selfishness, irresponsibility, and abuse. So be careful of the parent you choose and make sure that your parenting extends beyond paying the bills that's due. Money alone won't make enough change, so stop committing all these hours, days, weeks, and months to make money only to buy more stuff in the name of legacy, oh legacy. Legacy, oh legacy. We talking legacy, oh legacy. It's just you and me.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was it?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I dig it, man.
Deep.
Another wonderful, glorious day to converse with one of the smartest people I know, introduced to me by one of the smartest people I know, man.
Right, yeah.
All in the circle.
And so, y'all that's wondering, Derrick and I share a mentor, actually. You know, Brother Troy, he was actually in the Air Force with me.
Yeah.
And we served together. So, dope dude, taught me a whole lot, man. And we're going to have him in here soon, too.
You gotta get him in.
Yeah.
That's the OG, man.
Exactly. So, but Derrick, you know, man, you've been around, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
Man, I'm from Dallas, Oak Cliff, Texas, off Polk Street, 75232.
Okay.
As many would exclaim. But, man, I'm just a Dallasite, first generation Dallas. My people from southeastern Texas, including Houston, Hempstead, Prairie View. Also, like my mom is from the North Texas area.
Okay.
Red Oak, Midlothian, Ennis. Got a lot of family in that area. So we've been around Dallas. We've been in Dallas. And, you know, I'm just a person who is from Dallas, but of the world.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so I just try to connect all of the understandings and ideas and experiences that I've ever had as being, you know, through Dallas, but also just a person from the world, a citizen of the world. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Well, so tell me, you said you guys are from Dallas, man, around here, got a lot of family here. I heard you were a drum major. Is that true?
Man, I was one of the two drum majors.
Okay.
At the David W. Carter High School.
Carter?
Yeah, Carter High School.
From the movie?
From the movie Friday Night Lights, and from another movie in the 30 for 30 and all of that. But yeah.
Okay.
Sure, Southwest, Southern Dallas, they call it the Southern Sector. But definitely I graduated high school from Carter High School as a drum major.
Okay.
Got into the band aspect of it in my freshman year. I just kind of moved up the ranks, man. I got to the highest position in leadership that I could get at that point, and it was something that was very unique for me. I've always been like a leading type of person or just in front, but that was my real opportunity to really understand leadership, understand being in front of people, and just knowing that, like, you know, as a leader, you got to move a little bit differently, right? Like the things that you do. Even if you do the same thing, the outcome is not the same for you as it is for somebody else. So that was my first foray into leadership and just really being into, like, I guess, the public eye, the public space.
Okay.
And it was something that's very very memorable. It was a lot of lessons learned, and I appreciate everything that I learned from it, and all the people who you know were willing to be led with me. You know,
okay. I love it. So musically, when you started, I mean, I know you got a lot of music background, and like I heard you even had a song in Power. Is that true?
Yeah, man. You did your research. So, yeah, man, producing music for TV and film has been a tremendous opportunity. The irony of that is that the opportunity came to me because of a former member in the Carter High School band who now lives in L.A.
Okay.
So we came together. There was a project. We worked with this label out there who produces music for TV and film, and got a chance to produce music for Power. Got a chance to produce. My most recent placement was Queer as Folk. I think was the name of the show for a song that I co-wrote.
Okay.
And I've also had a placement on The Bachelor, and so just music for me, man. It provided a way for me to have a free college education,
right?
Or at least somebody else paid for it.
Okay.
And just created ways and opportunities to generate not just income but awareness and connectivity with the people. So yeah,
cool.
That's true, man. I produced music for that show.
Okay. How long did you live in LA?
I lived in LA almost 2 years.
Okay.
And living in there in almost 2 years, I did more significant work in that 2 years of LA than I tried to do in 10 years in Dallas.
Okay.
And it's not a knock against Dallas. It's
right.
actually just me understanding how the industry works.
The things move a little different.
They move a little bit different.
Right.
Like the value of those things there is a little bit more simple, right?
Right.
You know, whereas years I was here producing music with artists and trying to get on the radio,
yes.
You know, and going through the nightclubs and hiring DJs and even working as a club promoter,
right,
was another way. You know, it was another channel for me to communicate my music. But
gotcha.
And once again, being in LA, it's just different.
Yeah, it moves a lot different.
Yeah.
So you really seem to have a knack for putting things together. You're a media kind of guy, and didn't you at one point work for like Mark Cuban's organization?
One of the nonprofits that he works with, the Heroes Foundation, not the Heroes Foundation, the Mark Cuban Heroes Center.
Okay.
So it's a basketball center, and I did a lot of work with them. Big shouts out to the leadership over there. You know, what they did was take an old YMCA, or I think it was maybe even a YWCA.
Okay.
And took this building and just kind of reconfigured it, and a lot of the programming from that is related to basketball, but it's also beyond the sport. Mm-hmm. That was the exciting part about that with me, is it was actually someone who I did meet at Carter High School many years ago back in the 90s.
Who was that? Mark Cuban?
There wasn't Mark Cuban, that was the CEO.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
So I met her there, and just was able to kind of be brought into the fold, along once again with OG. Doing some videos, and then from that standpoint was able to do other, just helping support programming. Right when the pandemic happened, I had come back from LA and support that program. So we interviewed maybe nearly 50 different people about topics related to survivors during the pandemic, how to get funding, but also things that they could do, is almost creating a learning program or just using media and programming to connect with people and remain connected. Because when COVID hit, we didn't know what was going to happen, what was not going to happen. Like we were just uncertain. So the idea was to really take a lot of the programming that was about events and really bring it into the digital space. So we had a digital first priority, and really converted, you know, this company, this organization of advocacy into a media company. And from that, we were able to do events. We did, had long lines of people coming out to get food and things like that. We put the different programs together to support Father's Day, Mother's Day, Center Table. The name of that show was called Center Court. Okay. I did a lot of work with that. Yeah. Actually, I guess one of the highlights was when I first came back, the interview I did with Mark ended up being aired on the local news. So, it was an interview we did on Instagram that was picked up by the local news.
Gotcha.
It was cool. I got a lot of phone calls. Yeah. People were like, "Are you in Dallas?" Like, yeah, I'm back in Dallas. At that point, I didn't know if it was going to be for a long time or not, but I'm still here, and definitely appreciate those opportunities and experiences. Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
We because had you not been here, we couldn't have you in the lab.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's interesting, man, is I've got something like a podcast, kind of a lab type of experimental thing on Spotify. Okay. And it's called The Lab. Okay. And it's an acronym for Life, Art, Business. So you understand what you're talking to me about, the art, right? The artistic part of what I do.
Yeah.
but also the business component, and that's what we're talking about, is being able to have a business.
Right.
And the lab is, like I said, life art business, is being able to help artists and creators understand and value business better.
Right.
But also the same thing from business people to art. You know, we work together.
Sweet.
Every product that exists is an art piece,
Yes.
right? And there's some artistic value connected to it.
Right.
And every time there's an artistic value or product that exists, there's some business connected to it as well. So the lab is ways of doing that. So like
Connected all together.
This is connectivity all the way around, man. And I dig it.
Well, that's good, man. So, like, I mean, you're like an international man of mystery, right? You kind of like the black James Bond or something
I
like
mean,
that.
you know, I could probably James, but I've heard the black male Olivia Pope. They call me.
Okay,
Call me Oliver Hope.
Okay.
I've been there. I've been called the Black Gary V.
Okay.
And so just, you know, listen, whatever it is, if it works, just don't call me ugly. You
Right.
know what I mean? That's all.
But you know, all of those names are good names to be called. If you got to be called something, I mean, hey,
why not? Right.
right? Exactly. So, you know, how can people get a hold of you if they want to get in touch with you for any kind of project? How do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, I mean, the main way to get a hold of me is, I mean, I'm on IG. I'm on all the platforms at IamDWalk.
Okay.
Listen, man, I'm a kid from the '90s from Oak Cliff.
Okay.
Let's use the phone, like 972-965-2318. Send me a text message. Let's talk.
Okay.
Right? Let's set some time up to have some conversations and dialogue to see kind of what ideas exist.
Yeah.
And we can extrapolate what possibilities extend from that just based on the conversation.
Right. That was very Mike Jones of you to throw your number out there like that.
Listen, I guess if you compare it to Mike Jones did well.
Yeah, absolutely. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, so you know, as a part of stopping through in the lab, we offer a cool little parting gift, and this is your own lithophane
Man,
of you.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I appreciate that, man.
I don't know how well they can see it.
Yeah, I don't know if they can
with
see it, but like just know that if Marcus Parker is connected to it, it's something that's dope. It's something that's innovative, and it's cool. Like
Already.
how did you get this? This seems very customized, man. How did you?
Yeah,
Like, even
I
like
actually
the tray.
3D printed both the lithophane itself and the stand that's holding it. The light was the aftermarket deal. You know what I mean? But it's something beautiful to sit on your mantle or something. You know what I mean?